In 2022, Balenciaga, one of the biggest names in fashion, released a holiday campaign that shocked the internet. Teddy bears in bondage gear, legal documents referencing child exploitation, and in the middle of it all, children. A campaign meant to sell handbags turned into a global scandal. Was it just a mistake, or something far more disturbing? Before the scandal, Balenciaga wasn't just any fashion brand. It was a symbol of avant-garde luxury. Founded in 1919 by Spanish designer Cristobal Balenciaga, the house was once known for clean tailoring, architectural silhouettes, and high couture. Balenciaga was the designer's designer, respected by legends like Christian Dior and Coco Chanel. But by the 2010s, under creative director Demna Gvasalia, the brand reinvented itself completely. It became known for irony, social commentary, and anti-fashion fashion. 1,800 IKEA-style tote bags, sneakers deliberately made to look dirty and destroyed, retailing for over $1,000. The message was clear. Balenciaga wasn't about looking good. It was about making a statement. And it worked. Celebrities loved it. Kanye West wore it constantly. Kim Kardashian famously walked the Met Gala red carpet completely covered in black Balenciaga. Bella Hadid, Justin Bieber, and countless others followed. The brand wasn't just fashionable, it was cultural currency. Then came November 2022. Balenciaga released a holiday campaign meant to promote their plush toy handbags. But instead of cheerful winter themes, the photos showed children posing with teddy bears dressed in leather harnesses, mesh tops, and bondage-style gear. Chains, fishnets, and heavy makeup on the bears. The children, expressionless, stood in posed, stylized scenes. The internet exploded. Screenshots flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. People weren't just angry, they were confused. Why were kids holding props that clearly referenced adult sexual themes? Who approved this? Was no one in the room when this was reviewed? The images felt so off that many people assumed it had to be fake at first. But it wasn't. It was a real, officially released Balenciaga campaign. For people familiar with Balenciaga's track record, the shock wasn't entirely out of nowhere. Demna had built his entire aesthetic on pushing boundaries. He'd released 2,000 leather trash bags, runway models in high-vis construction gear, shows staged in mud pits and stock exchange trading floors. In interviews, he often spoke about wanting to challenge what fashion could be. "I like ugly things," he once said. "I like things that push people away." But this campaign didn't just push people, it repulsed them, and it got worse. Soon after, internet sleuths discovered something chilling. A second Balenciaga campaign, seemingly more subdued, featured handbags arranged on a sleek office desk. But under one bag sat a very real legal document. A printed copy of the U.S. Supreme Court decision, United States v. Williams, a 2008 ruling that upheld federal laws against promoting child pornography. The paper wasn't tucked away in the background. It was positioned in plain sight. It didn't belong in the shot. People began asking, how did this get there? Was it a mistake or a deliberate inclusion? Conspiracy theories began to spread quickly. Social media users speculated about satanic imagery, elite abuse networks, and coded messages. Some of it veered deep into QAnon-adjacent territory. But even for those who didn't buy into conspiracies, one question remained. How did two campaigns involving children and references to exploitation make it through an international luxury brand's approval chain? Public backlash came fast and hard. Kim Kardashian, arguably the brand's most high-profile ambassador at the time, issued a statement saying she was disgusted and shaken and was re-evaluating her relationship with Balenciaga. Other celebrities quietly distanced themselves. The brand responded with multiple apologies and attempted to deflect blame. Balenciaga pulled the campaigns and issued legal action. A $25 million lawsuit was filed against the production company responsible for the shoot. They claimed the inclusion of the document was unauthorized and filed the lawsuit as a statement of zero tolerance. But for many, the damage was already done. The apologies felt cold, corporate. The blame shifting read more like PR than accountability. And there was a bigger problem. Balenciaga's brand depended on being provocative. That made it harder to argue this was all just an innocent oversight. What this scandal really exposed was how numb the fashion industry has become to controversy. For years, high fashion has flirted with taboos. Designers have used religious iconography, homelessness, drug culture, even violence as inspiration. Magazines have glorified problematic imagery in the name of art. Shock sells. Controversy gets clicks. Fashion, like everything else in culture, runs on attention. And few things get attention like outrage. But when children are involved, the rules change. There's a line, and this time, Balenciaga crossed it. In the months that followed, Balenciaga went quiet. The brand all but disappeared from red carpets. Stylists and celebrities stopped wearing it in public. For an industry that thrives on visibility, silence was telling. Internally, Balenciaga announced it would implement stronger ad review processes and engage with child protection organizations. They launched a tightly controlled, sanitized campaign video in early 2023 to signal a reset. But it came off more like brand repair than real introspection. Despite the outrage, the business didn't collapse. Sales reportedly dipped, but didn't plummet. And while some fashion insiders speculated about long-term brand damage, others knew how short the internet's memory can be. So here's the bigger issue. What happens when a brand's entire identity is built on provocation? If your business model is about constantly pushing boundaries, eventually you run out of boundaries to push. Then what? Balenciaga turned fashion into performance art. But when performance art stumbles into themes of child exploitation, it stops being edgy. It starts being dangerous. This scandal wasn't just about a photo shoot. It revealed how blurred the line between art and exploitation has become, and how quickly high fashion can become high controversy. The Balenciaga scandal forced a conversation about taste, accountability, and how far is too far in the name of fashion. The brand may recover. It may even return to cultural relevance. But trust? That's harder to buy back. So what do you think? Was this a careless mistake by a reckless creative team? Or a calculated move that finally crossed a line the public wasn't willing to ignore? Let me know in the comments. And if you're into the intersection of fashion, culture, and controversy, don't miss our next video. Supreme X Louis Vuitton, the collaboration that changed everything. Thanks for watching.